First responders pinned down as the suspect in Burnsville opened fire. AJ Legault takes us through the eye-opening dispatch audio. Then, new information tonight about the suspect and why he shouldn't have had any guns. And how those who knew the victims and total strangers have stepped up to show support for the Burnsville police and fire departments.
They all feel so young, and they put their life on the line every day.
The news starts now. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a live look from Sky 11 of fallen firefighter Adam Finseth being transported to a funeral home in Jordan from the medical examiner's office in Minnetonka. Another somber journey today. He was one of 3 men killed in the line of duty yesterday. The others were police officer Paul Elmstrad and officer Matthew Ruge, both just 27 years old. We have team coverage tonight of the shooting, the suspect, and the victims. But we begin with AJ Legault, who is walking us through the eye-opening audio between the scene in Burnsville and dispatch that shows what these first responders were facing. AJ?
Yeah, Julie, radio dispatches reveal the chaotic and violent scene early Sunday morning as officers and first responders came under a barrage of rifle fire, pinning them down.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Through the radio, gunshots echo.
Heavy gunfire. Heavy gunfire from the front.
Just after 5:30 a.m.
Officer down. Officer down. Officer down. Officer down.
It began around 1:50 that morning. Burnsville officers responded to a domestic violence call on 33rd Ave South. An hours-long standoff ensued. The gunman barricaded inside with 7 children. While officers attempted to negotiate, they say the suspect, whom sources identify as Shannon Cortez Gooden, seen here in a Facebook video from 2014 playing with an air rifle, opened fire with an all-too-real rifle.
We're getting rifle fire from the house. Anybody got eyes on?
The window of this armored vehicle bears proof.
He's firing more shots. Officers inside, fall back. Anyone inside, fall back.
3 officers were hit. 2, Paul Elmstrand and Matthew Ruge, killed.
And I need 2 additional ambulances. Copy. 3 ambulances total.
The radio traffic reveals first responders' vulnerability.
We need more armor. We have a fire truck. We need a fire truck or some parked out in front of this house. We're all pinned down.
Paramedic Adam Finseth was shot and killed tending to the wounded.
The ambulance needs to turn its lights off now. Stop, back off! 180, ambulance, back off! Medics, back off and turn off lights.
Around 8 a.m., the suspect was reported dead of a self-inflicted gunshot as the children left the home safely. Julie.
I think that dispatch audio is so powerful because it helps you understand what a chaotic situation it was. And it seems like it went on for a long time. Could you get a sense of how long shots were being fired?
Listening to the audio, it appears that this active fire situation was going on for at least 10 minutes. We're not sure exactly how much longer.
A lot of brave men and women out there in Burnsville that morning. Thank you, AJ. We are also learning more about the gunman, a man whose ex-girlfriend now calls him a monster. Lou Raguse talked with that woman whose 3 children she shared with him were in the house as Shannon Gooden shot first responders, then himself. Lou?
Julie, 7 kids in all were in that home during the gunfire, and the mother of 3 of them tells me Shannon Gooden asked them if they wanted to die with him before he killed himself. I've confirmed through multiple sources that the girlfriend living with Gooden called 911 to report child abuse, and that's what brought Burnsville police to the home early Sunday morning. She later filled in Gooden's ex, Noemi Torres, who had 3 kids with Gooden and was often on the losing end of their ongoing custody battle. Noemi says during their abusive relationship, Gooden would often threaten to shoot police in order to prevent Noemi from calling 911 on him. She had no idea Gooden, who was ordered by a judge not to possess guns, had compiled such an arsenal of weapons in the home where her kids spent most of their time. Her kids are back with her now, and her daughter told her about the ordeal.
It was just like, you wasn't scared at all? She was like, no. I was like, did you get a scare at any point in time? She was like, after my dad had asked me, like, do you want to come with me? And I was just like...
And when he said come with, does that mean come with to die?
Yeah. Yeah.
Noemi shared custody with Gooden, but the judge decided that the kids would spend at least 2/3 of their time living with their dad, who had a very stable and high-paying job, court records show. We have much more from this interview coming up at 6.
Wow. All right. We'll see you then. Thank you, Lou. The 2 police officers killed loved serving the public and being there for others. It's just one of the many things we're learning about them today. Gordon Severson continues our team coverage with more on how they impacted people in their lives. Gordon?
Yeah, I'm here at the University of Northwestern in St. Paul. This is where Officer Paul Helmstrand went to school and graduated with a criminal justice degree. University leaders say his wife also went to school here. I spoke with one of his professors this afternoon who says that Officer Helmstrand was one of the most dedicated students she has ever worked with. He saw policing as more than just a job. It was his calling, his purpose in life to serve his community. He was also known for his sense of humor, making everyone around him laugh. University leaders say Paul graduated in 2018 and quickly transitioned to being a full-time police officer in Burnsville.
Paul had a clear sense of calling to be a peace officer, and he took it very seriously. And I was devastated not only on a personal level related to the loss of a student, a friend, but just the loss to the community.
We are also learning more about Officer Matthew Ruge, who graduated from Minnesota State University Mankato in 2018. The university's president says Sergeant Adam Medlicott, who was injured in the shooting, also graduated from Mankato in 2007. For more on firefighter Adam Finseth, I'm going to send it over to my colleague Heidi Wigdahl, who's in the newsroom for us.
Yes, Gordon, Adam Finseth lived in Savage. He served as a firefighter and paramedic for the city of Burnsville since 2019 and was part of the public safety team SWAT unit. The 40-year-old was also a water rescue trainer and on the city's health and wellness committee. Tonight, he's being remembered as a hero.
Adam Finseth dedicated his life to serving others. Before he was a firefighter and paramedic for the city of Burnsville, he served as a firefighter in Hastings and Savage. The Savage Fire Department says, quote, Adam embodied the true spirit of a firefighter.
This hits close to home for all of us.
Todd Burke is the director for the Tactical EMS School.
It's a 77-hour program over 6 days that shows people how to operate as a tactical medical support component in a field operations environment.
Adam was his student in 2021.
Even before we could see that he had talents as a paramedic, that he was a good clinician, the first thing that we noticed was he always had a smile and a kind word.
He was elected as his team's leader.
And it was apparent right away that his concern was for his teammates first and himself second.
Adam was part of the SWAT team called to the incident.
And they were in the process of helping resolve that. And as part of that, they have paramedics that are assigned to that team, and they were assisting with the officer, the first one that was injured.
When the fire is burning, the water is rising, the bullets are flying, people that do our job are in harm's way, but we accept that because we know that there's lives to be saved.
Adam was a Rochester native, a graduate of John Marshall High School, where the community there is grieving. A GoFundMe for Adam says he was a U.S. Army veteran and, above all, a beloved father and loving husband. His friend wrote, he cherished his family above all else and worked tirelessly to provide them with love, support, and security.
We have not been able to reach the U.S. Army to confirm, but according to Adam's LinkedIn, he served in the Army during Operation Iraqi Freedom. The Prior Lake Athletics for Youth also expressed their condolences, saying Adam was a volunteer youth baseball coach. Also, that GoFundMe we mentioned, the creator says they've paused it until they can connect further with the family. Julie.
All right. Thank you so much, Heidi. Well, that outpouring of support for the victims in the Burnsville community has been massive. People spent today showing up however they could to offer support and condolences. Kaya Edwards joins us now with more on that. Kaya?
Julie, first thing this morning, first responders from Burnsville and their family members had some time alone here at these memorials before they were opened up to the public. And since then, all day, a steady flow of people.
This is just sort of shocking and unbelievable.
Person after person lays bouquet after bouquet onto 2 Burnsville squad cars and a fire department paramedic truck parked outside City Hall in honor of the officers and firefighter shot and killed in the line of duty.
These officers, they leave home to go to work and they don't come home.
Just wanted to bring my daughter out and kind of pay our respects. A tough thing to explain, that's for sure.
Hug after hug. The visitors ranged from those most connected to the department to those who only heard about Sunday's deadly domestic call and felt called to be here the next day.
My mother's deceased, but she was on my shoulder this morning and say, Billy, you got to go down there. Billy, you got to go down there.
Those the department has helped before.
My husband had a sudden heart attack, and just the kindness of the policemen and the paramedics when that happened, it was unbelievable, and I just wanted to come and pay my respects to these gentlemen. I can't even imagine, and as a new widow myself, my heart just goes out to these women, to the young children, to the families.
Chekhov, the Siberian Husky, and his handler are trying to provide some relief.
We're a crisis response team that are registered by an organization called Pet Partners. The goal is to encounter as many people as possible and comfort them.
Yeah, City Hall was closed today because of President's Day, but you really couldn't tell by the looks of it. People bringing not just flowers, but also gifts, food for those who are around from the various departments. And as you can see, they do keep arriving here tonight, paying their respects. Julie?
I'm sure it means so much to those officers in the fire department there. Thank you, Kaya. It is during tragedies like this that Minnesotans' generosity really shines through, and inevitably there are people who want to take advantage. There is a warning tonight about some fundraising sites that have already popped up related to the deadly shooting, and there is concern they are not legit. The city of Burnsville has said official donation pages will be posted later this week on the city's website, and we, of course, will share that information with you as well. Our state legislators took time today to honor the 3 victims of yesterday's shooting. The House and Senate both held moments of silence and spoke of the fallen heroes.
I stand today to honor 3 heroes that we lost on Sunday. They were a loss not only to the community that I represent, but also the entire state of Minnesota and to some degree the nation. These men were our beloved neighbors who dedicated their lives to the service of others, and they lost their lives keeping our community and all of us safe.
Stay with KARE 11 for continuing coverage of this developing story. We'll have updates for you throughout the night on KARE11.com and, of course, coming up tonight at 6 and 10. We'll be